The similarities between racing and GED is practice and perseverance, and anyone can do it.
Recently, I got hurt on the job, right? And it forced me into retirement. But I'm not ready to retire. I'm too young to retire. And the only way that I can get another line of work, I have to get my GED and go back to school.
I messed up, and I know it took me a long time to realize that, you know, education is what I really need.
So when I decided to get my GED, to get a better job on something I like.
When I started GED classes, there were times when I partied too much at night and, I didn't feel like getting up for bed, but I figured if I want to get my GED, I have to get it myself. No one will do it for me. So I had to go. I got up, got my lazy butt out of bed, went to GED.
Getting there. It's what getting your GED is all about. And we all have different places we want to go. College, a new job, or just on with our lives. It's a decision everyone has to make for themselves. Welcome to GED Connection. I'm Kim Lee Smith.
And I'm Pierce Bunning. And we're here to show you a way to study for your GED that uses television, workbooks, and the internet. It's all part of a learning system called PBS Literacy Link. In the next half hour, we'll take a look at GED Connection and how you can use it to get ready for the GED test, whether you've been out of school for 5 months or 50 years.
I was 63 when I decided to go ahead and get the GED because I came across it on the TV. I was watching a program, and I thought I can do this. I taped the shows off the television. It was convenient and easy, and right there in my living room. If I hadn't seen it on TV, I probably still wouldn't have my GED.
We connected with Dorothy January of '99. She called our office as a result of seeing one of the promos in northeastern Ohio. And at the time of the call, I remember her stating, I wanted this for a long time. I dropped out early, very early. She said that it wasn't a very smart thing to do, but right now I'm in a stage in my life where it's time. And I have time for myself, and I'm going to do this. And I remember very vividly speaking with her and just having a feeling that she would follow through. She had the commitment to use the GED on TV series and make it work for her.
I think being older, I psych out the younger people. They look over and they see this gray-haired old lady over there, and they don't want her to beat them. It's drag racing a quarter-mile straight. There's a little bit of math involved, actually. You have to estimate your time from the green light to the finish line, how fast your car will go.
Let's see. If Dorothy wants to go a quarter mile in 12 seconds, how fast per hour does she have to drive? Wait a minute. I was the host of the social studies program. You were the host of the math program. Can you help me, please?
Yeah, I'll help you in a minute. But first, let me tell you a little bit about all the programs. The GED test has 5 parts: math, social studies, science, reading, and writing. So there are GED connection programs in each of these areas. 38 half-hour programs in all, plus this one.
So that would make 7 and 3/5 or 4/5 programs on each subject.
No, there are more programs on some subjects than others. The people who made the GED connection took a look at the concerns and needs of adults who study for the test. I mean, after we've been out of school for a while, a lot of us feel like we've forgotten how to do math. Or maybe we never felt like we got it in the first place.
I hear you.
Woo! All right, let me see if I can help.
Okay, quarter mile in 12 seconds.
So what you want to do is you want to start your part.
The only thing that really scared me when I was taking my GED was the math test. That was the hard part because I was never really good at math.
Understanding at first seemed like it was so difficult that I used to just want to put my head down on the desk and go to sleep.
I had to actually make 3x5 cards and study them and put them all around the house to try to remember my times tables.
But now I have a new love for math. I have a new understanding of it. Now it seems like the concept pops in my head, it seems like it's real easy.
I've learned how, when I used to go to the store, I used to always wonder how much was 20% off or something. And being here, I was able to go through certain processes to do it in the stores. You know, okay, I know how much now. I can go into the store and say, okay, that's 35% off.
See, you can get it. In GED Connection, there are 13 programs on math. They cover everything from basic number sense and problem solving to fractions to a little bit of algebra and geometry. As the host, I introduce segments from classrooms with real math teachers and real students. But the programs also show us how math relates to all kinds of things in daily life, from landscaping our backyard to filling our gas tank. Take a look. If you're going to finance a big purchase, you need to understand percentages.
So a lot of times, even though the used car is less money in price, the payment will be working out to be the same or more than it would be on a new car.
I could have two of the same people looking at the same car. One person might have good credit, one person might have bad credit. The person with good credit is going to be financed at a lower rate than the person with bad credit, and obviously their monthly payment's going to be a lot lower than the person with bad credit.
Generally, used car interest rates are higher. The terms are a little bit more prohibitive. They usually don't go longer, depending on the year of the vehicle, as they would on a new car.
A percent is a ratio that compares a quantity to 100. The percent symbol is a short way of writing times 1/100.
If you're going to watch the GED Connection programs, it'll help you to have the workbooks that go with them. Each chapter includes a section to read before you watch to help you get the most out of each program.
Like here in the reading workbook, for the poetry lesson, you start by reading a poem and answering questions about it. Look, there's even a pre-test in the front of the book, and you can take it to see where you stand and what areas you need to work on.
And after you watch each program, the workbook gives you a real hands-on chance to practice what you learn in the video. Let's watch a segment from the poetry program with the GED class and see how they use the workbook.
So I always tell my students, whenever I give you a poem to read, whenever you write a poem, read it aloud. Allow your ear to hear what is right, what is wrong, what is beautiful, what is horrific, what is whatever is going on. And your ear will do that, you see. It will help you a great deal.
I would say to read the poem aloud at least a couple of times, not thinking about the meaning at all, but just letting the sounds and sort of the sound of meaning, to use an expression of Robert Frost's, penetrate.
And then I ask them things like, you know, what words impressed you? I mean, what words made you feel? What words made you think? But Robert Hayden wrote a poem that we would call a love poem, but it's not the classic love poem, you know, in that sense. But it's a love poem that remembers a father, okay? It's a love poem that in a way, it's a love poem that you discover sometimes that you really do love your parents, although when you were living with them, you didn't. You had conflict. You had problems, you know. And in the title, it's called, listen, Those Winter Sundays, okay? Not just one, but those winter Sundays. Sundays, too.
They're watching the video, and what it expressed brought them into a sense of feeling and relationship that we were one. Dave, I saw a lot of emotion in your face when you were watching it. Which one of the poems got to you? Videos usually are deadening because it stops them from talking. This video, you saw the highs, the open